Sherri Rosen, everyone. Good?
Yeah.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to try. Okay. I'm 7 years old, and it's my very first day in first grade at Brickett School in Lynn, Massachusetts. I am so excited. And my mom always says, I always hear my mom say, whenever you go out of the house, no matter what's happening, you all in the family, which was my mom and dad, my sister, must look beautiful. And that's really all she really cared about. And I just want to tell you that this story takes place during the silent generation. So, again, my mother bought me a pink pinafore dress, black patent leather Mary Jane shoes, lace socks, and she put my hair in braids, and she found ribbons to match my dress. I told you, my mom believed you're gonna walk out of that house and look beautiful. So anyway, I'm all excited. And then we get to the steps of Brickett School, and there's our only photographer from the Daily Lynn item, and he wants to take a picture of me, my first day of school. Is that cool? So anyway, he tells me, and my mom, it's going to be there that night on the front page. Oh, I'm a movie star. I love it. I love it at 7 years old. So anyway, we go up the stairs. We go to my teacher, and her name is Miss Dukas. And she's not old. She's not old. She's nice. She's kind, and she's got brown hair and brown eyes and the kindest looking face. And she welcomes me, and then my mom leaves. I go in the classroom, and there's Joni, my friend Joni, and there's Joy. I won't be alone. I'm so excited. This is the best day of my life. Anyway, just have a fabulous morning. It's wonderful. And then we have recess. And in those days, the playground was black tar, high wired fence. And it was on the main street, Lewis Street. So I'm leaning against the fence, just watching everybody, just being so happy, and the sun on me, and it's September, and it's beautiful, and I feel so lucky. And all of a sudden, this older boy, must have been maybe 2 grades ahead of me. Hi, my name is David Spitty. What's your name? Hi, David. My name is Sherri Goldberg. When he heard my name, he shouted out at the top of his lungs, Sherri Goldberg is a dirty Jew, and I'm gonna get her. This 7-year-old girl who was this shiny red, or felt like a shiny red apple. After he said that, I felt like a piece of old garbagey apple. And I was scared because I knew in the morning I could go with my friend Joy to school, but it was after school. Sometimes she would go shopping with her mama, and I had to figure out how to get home. So when my mama picked me up at school, I told her, and you know what she said to me? said, Sherri, I'm sorry, but I can't pick you up. 7 years old. And I told you, this was a silent generation. Unfortunately, what I found out the hard way, in the silent generation, families didn't talk to each other. Schools didn't talk to the children. Friends didn't talk to each other. People walked around in pain, and they never shared anything. It was pretty messed up. That's why I guess they called it the silent generation. And there I was, a 7-year-old, having to figure out, how am I going to do this? I'm all alone. And sure enough, one day, Joyce said to me, Sherri, I can't go home with you. Oh my God. I stayed on the steps of the Brickett School for a half hour. And then at 3:30, I made the trip, and I ran on Lewis Street because I knew it would be a busy street, so I was cool with that. And then I knew Nahant Street was coming up to my left, and I made a left, and this is where I was really afraid because it was a quiet street. And I'm running down, and I'm really a few minutes from my house, and all of a sudden, I feel stuff hitting me on the back, and I look down on the floor, and there's empty food cans, and I hear, Sherri Goldberg is a dirty Jew, and I'm gonna get her. Hysterical, I run, and I get to the corner, which is Ocean Street. My house is 2 doors in, and I go up the driveway, and I look to see, and he took off, and I get my latch key, and I open up the door, and I go in the kitchen, and I go, I'm 7. I don't know what to do. Nobody's taking care of me. Daddy's away all the time. Mommy said no. My sister's too busy. I can't find anybody to help me. I'm so scared. And if I had kids, I would want to make them feel safe, really safe. Fast forward many years later, after one divorce, and I met my new love, Michael, and we merged family, 2 boys each. Woo! Anyway, we moved into downtown Brooklyn. And sure enough, one day, my younger kid came to me and he said, Mom, one of the boys on the block, you know who he is, called me a dirty Jew. Well, you never saw Mama work so fast. On our block, we never called the cops. We took care of everything on the block. And we had the godfather of the block, Joe. He lived in our house in the garden apartment. He took care of everything on the block. And Joe loved us. We loved Joe. So I went to Joe. I said, Joe, you know the kid. Told him his name. He called my kid a dirty Jew. Joe looked at me and he said, Sherri, it'll never happen again. And it never did. And what I realized is that silent generation, it was really fucked up. Can you imagine people walking around in pain and having nobody to talk to? And in families being so effed up and nobody to talk to. And the secrets that would go on. And I'm telling you, don't stay silent. You see what happens when people stay silent. And we got to save our kids. Because if we don't have our kids and we don't keep them safe, we got nothing. Thank you.